Hi, this is Nikki with Nikki Sweets and Adornments. Why don't you come and make some gender reveal cupcakes with me? I want to show you how I made these fun decorations for the cupcakes. These are going to be gender reveal cupcakes, so I thought it'd be fun to do one that's pink and one that's blue, and it says he or she. And how I achieve these is actually use an embosser like this. I have some satinized fondant, and I've dyed it this Color Mel Rose color. And I have another batch over there where I dyed the baby blue in the Color Mill. And I add just a little bit of this gum text. It just helps make it firmer and a little bit more stable when you're putting it on the cupcake. So I just knead it in. I'm gonna take my fondant rolling pin and I'm just gonna start rolling it first, just to kind of get it going. So to about that thickness or so. I have some cornstarch in my pouch here. I'm just gonna dust the embosser just a little bit and then tap out the excess. I'm gonna put the fondant on top and I'm gonna take my rolling pin and I'm gonna roll it going from top to bottom. I don't wanna do this way, otherwise sometimes the fondant will actually shift. And then I'll just pick this up and take it off. And if there's a little bit of cornstarch still on the font, I can actually just take a large dusting brush and just dust it off. Then I have a circle cutter and it's about 2.5 inches across. I found that is a good size for the cupcakes, and I'm just gonna try to get it in the center here. And cut out a circle. And I would do the same process for the blue one. Over here in my palette, I have some edible dust. It's gold dust, since I'm gonna do these cupcakes pink, blue, and gold. And in order to make it more like a paint, I add this Color Flow. It's a nice alternative, but you could also use vodka. If you don't wanna use vodka or alcohol, this is a nice alternative. So I'm just gonna make it into a nice loose paint. And as you can see, I have paper towel here because this part gets a little messy and I don't want the gold paint all over my table. So I'm just gonna take my little he or she plaque that I just made, and I'm just gonna kind of flick the gold paint, and it gives just kind of a fun splatter effect. And then I'm just gonna leave this here to let it dry nice and firm. I have just my off-white frosting and it's fitted with a 1 tip. I have Color Mill Baby Blue. I'm just gonna shake it a little bit. And I'll add some and then we'll stir and see how the color looks. I have a piping bag with the number 866 tip. I'm gonna put my blue into this bag. I'm gonna mix some of my Color Mill Rose. I find that Color Mill makes really nice pastel colors. And pastels seem to be some of the easiest to achieve. And I'm gonna put this in a bag with a 2D tip. These are actually some of my favorite tips for piping with cupcakes. I have my 6 cupcakes here. 2 of the cupcakes, I'm just gonna do a simple rosette, and that's where I'm gonna place my embosser that I already made. So I think I'm gonna do maybe this one. With just a simple rosette. So I'm starting in the middle at a 90-degree angle and just making a circle going out. Once I'm happy with it, I kind of flick my wrist. This is where I'm gonna put my embossers that I showed you how to make. And then I would say maybe if you had 12 cupcakes, maybe you could do 4 of these embossers. I'm going to take my same off-white with the 1M tip, and I'm just going to make some smaller rosettes. Just in kind of different places just to make it interesting. I'm going to take my piping bag with the 2D tip, and I'm going to make another rosette, and it's going to look a little bit different since it has a different tip. This is my 2D. And then I need a little bit of blue. I think for this one, I'm just going to do some stars maybe. And for the stars, I just am going to hold it 90-degree angle, squeeze, and then lift up. Then I have these fun gold sprinkles that I'm just going to add. They kind of match the gold sparkle on my embossers. So I'm just kind of doing a mix of some of the different ones that they offer, maybe a bigger pearl and one of these rods and some of the smaller gold sprinkles. Okay, I think I'm happy with my cupcakes. What do you think?